Hi there, welcome to Two Birds. I'm Fiona. Welcome back if you're joining me again. Today I'm sharing a 40-minute yoga flow from the Refresh and Restore series of classes. And this series of classes is focused on offering a light movement refresher without too much over effort. So it's a gentle, slow flow and it touches on most of the major muscle groups in your body, and hopefully you will feel more spacious, more calm and restored at the end of practice. And for class today, if you like practicing with props, I'd recommend a folded blanket. Enjoy your practice. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. And begin your practice in a comfortable cross-legged seat. You might like to place something beneath you, a folded blanket or a block, to gently elevate your hips so your spine can lengthen tall and you feel at ease. Give yourself a few moments to settle in, feeling the weight of your body relax down into that support, and gently dim your gaze. Bring your awareness to your breath and take an easy breath in through your nose and a slow breath out, following your breath now. Nothing to change about your breathing today, no ideal rhythm to find, just simply merging your attention and your breath together, returning to your breath whenever your mind wanders. And by doing this, it becomes a form of renewal. You give your mind a refuge and offer a resting place for your senses. And take 3 more slow breaths in your own time. And slide your eyes open, clear your gaze. Sitting tall, starting with a light neck stretch. Take your left hand behind your back and toward your right arm, and then make a robot arm with your right arm. So you can hold on to your right bicep here or simply reach in that direction and lower your right ear toward your right shoulder. Soften the left shoulder blade down and lengthen into the left side of your neck. Take a few easy breaths here. And then softly release, change sides. Back of your right hand behind your back. Left ear toward your left shoulder. Right shoulder blade softens down. And then release. Come back through center. Circle your arms overhead. Interlace your fingers and turn your palms toward the sky. Lengthening tall through your spine, you sideways from your hips to your hands. And then take your interlaced hands behind the back of your head. Open your elbows wide, turn your gaze lightly up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then close your elbows in toward one another, chin to chest, and just feeling for a stretch through the back of your neck and your upper back. And then move between the two shapes now on your breath rhythm. As you feel yourself breathe in, once more reach your palms to the sky, lengthen tall, and then take a side bend over to your right. Lower your right hand to the floor to your right. Reach your left arm up and then overhead. As you linger here in your side bend, push the floor away with your right hand to curve the left side of your body. Reach to the edge of your fingertips. Other side, rise with your inhale, two arms overhead, and then side bend over to your left. Only going as far as your breath is deep and full. And then come back through center and make your own comfortable way onto all fours, tabletop pose. And we'll gently start to move your spine through its full range, just warming up. Here, spread your fingers, anchor your hands under your shoulders. Place your knees under your hips with your toes tucked. On your inhale, arch your spine, drawing your heart forward and up, look up. And on your exhale, flatten your feet, press down and round your back. Moving between cat and cow a few times, tucking and untucking your toes. Just following the rhythm of your breath without rushing. And sometimes these simple shapes are enough to change the way we breathe. So as your spine begins to move more freely, your ribs, your lungs, diaphragm have a little bit more room to expand, and you start to create a little bit more space from the inside out. And take one more round here. And come back to a flat back, untuck your toes. Now take your right hand to the back of your head, and on your inhale, point your elbow out to the side and then up toward the ceiling. Just find your own comfortable range here. And then on your exhale, tap your right elbow toward your left thumb. Twice more. Next inhale, reach your right arm up toward the ceiling. And on your exhale, thread the needle, slide your right arm under your left. Come to rest down on your right shoulder, right side cheek for a twist. Make space across your chest. Left fingertips can tend to out off the side edge of your mat or forward toward the top of your space. And then replace your left palm flush with the mat. Next breath in, reverse. Send your right arm up toward the ceiling. And as you exhale, take your right hand to the small of your back. Lean your hips back toward a child's pose, keeping your left arm reaching forward. And then supporting your low back with your right hand. Inhale, kneel high on your shins. Come to half camel. Lifting your chest, reaching your heart high. Left arm up and back, pressing your hips forward. So just a mild arch through your spine. And then on your exhale, release and return to tabletop. Left side now, left hand to the back of your head. On your inhale, point your left elbow out and then up any amount toward the sky. Exhale, tap your left elbow toward your right thumb. Twice more on your breath rhythm. Inhale now, reach your left arm up toward the ceiling. And then thread the needle, left arm passes under your right. And then rest into a grounded twist. Settling into stillness for a few breaths. And then take your right hand back to your mat, press down, breathe your left arm up toward the sky. And then left hand to the small of your back, lower to child's pose. Keep your right arm reaching forward. On your inhale, half camel, lift your chest, kneel high, right arm reaches up. And then hands to the floor, come back all fours. And ease back into an extended child's pose. Hands can walk forward as your buttocks lean back. And this is your rest pose. If you need to slow it down, do less anytime during the rest of the practice. Please feel free to come here, join back in the flow whenever you're ready. And then take the next few breaths to make your way into your first downward facing dog. And then pedal and stretch, move and sway in your own way, ease into your shape. And know there's isn't one universal shape for downward facing dog, just an intention, and that is to lengthen through the back of your body, through your hamstrings, through your spine, side waist, and also create a familiar place to return to throughout your practice. So just finding your own unique shape, resting your awareness onto your breath. Next inhale, shift forward to plank pose and pause there. Option to lower your knees to the floor. And then press the floor away with your hands. Gather your abdominals in. And on an exhale, lower to your belly for sphinx pose. Draw your elbows underneath your shoulders. And then press gently into your forearms, lengthen through to the crown of your head. And rather than lifting as high as you can, think about creating a long, comfortable spine. And we'll add a little gentle core activation. As you breathe out, lightly draw your low belly in and away from the floor. Thighs will lift, look back toward your belly. And then on your inhale, soften and return to sphinx. Exhale, gently engage and lift. And inhale, release. And just continue a few more times. Small movements, quiet effort. Just enough to wake the deep support of your core without disturbing the calm rhythm of your breath. On an exhale, release all the way down, press back through hands and knees and settle into child's pose. Feel your hips heavy and your belly soften over your thighs. Take a slow breath in and an easy breath out. Gliding up onto all fours and return to downward facing dog. And walk your hands back to your feet at the back of the mat. As you arrive, a halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen your chest forward. And then exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Feel free to bend the knees a little. Slowly rise up to standing. Circle your arms overhead, join your palms. And lower your hands to your heart center. Standing quietly in mountain pose. And we'll move through 2 half sun salutes. Breathing in, arms overhead, gaze up. Exhale, soften your knees and forward fold. Breathe in, lengthen halfway. Exhale and forward fold. Rise to stand tall. And lower your hands to prayer. Again, arms overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, Ardha. And on your exhale now, walk your hands forward and come to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Really spread into your fingers here, push the floor away, and on your inhale, lift your right leg, down dog splits. Bend your knee and open through the front of your right hip. Right heel toward your left buttocks and flex your foot opposite of pointing. On your inhale now, slowly straighten your right leg on this diagonal. Exhale and re-bend your knee. Once more, extend slowly and bend. Reach your right leg straight back now, level your hips. Exhale one time, core lunge, draw your knee toward your nose. Inhale, extend your leg up and back. And on your exhale now, modified side plank, curl in and place your right knee to the floor under your hip. Pivot your right foot behind you, ground your left heel, and then open your chest to your left. In any amount, reach your left arm overhead, start to bow the side of your body. So you're fanning open through your left side. On your exhale, lower your left hand to your mat and return to your downward facing dog. Left side, inhale, reach your left leg up and back. And then bend your knee, open through the front of your left hip, left foot flexed. Keep pressing evenly into your hands. On your inhale, gradually straighten your left leg and re-bend your knee. Again, straighten on this diagonal and re-bend. This inhale, level your hips, left leg straight back. Exhale, core lunge, draw your knee to your nose. Breathe in, down dog splits. Exhale, curl in and place your left knee to the floor for a knee down side plank on your left. So just pressing down where your body meets the mat. Feel your hand, your shin, your foot. And then extend your right arm slowly overhead, any amount. Side body stretch. And then lower your right hand to the mat. This time, step back to plank pose. Greet your shape with a breath. And then exhale, knees down and lower to your belly. On your inhale, a low cobra. Loop your shoulders back, lift your chest. Exhale, child's pose, balasana. Take your seat to your heels. Just for a moment, soften your breath, relax your body's weight. And then glide up onto all fours. Return to downward facing dog. And look forward toward your hands, bend your knees, and step up to the top of your space. Open and fold with your breath's rhythm. And then come to stand. Hands to prayer. Take a moment to pause, a breath or two to feel. Standing upright. And then separate your feet about hips width apart now. On your inhale, sweep your arms overhead and rise onto the balls of your toes and balance. On your exhale, lower your hands to your heart and land your heels. Again, breathe your arms overhead, lift your heels. And hands to prayer, heels to the ground. Adding on, raise your arms, raise your heels and balance. On your exhale, chair pose, land your heels, bend your knees. Stay here, breathe in. On your exhale, lower and interlace your fingers behind your back. Take another breath in, lift your chest, and then forward fold over your bent knees. Arms float away from your back any amount. On your inhale, release your hands to your shins, a halfway lift. And then step your right foot back for Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Take a long stride. Rise slow with your breath. Reach your arms wide at shoulder height. And then just settle into your shape. Few breaths here. Reaching evenly through both your arms. And draw your shoulder blades in and down your back. Let your gaze rest quietly beyond your front finger. Keep your legs where they are now. Take a flow. Turn your gaze toward the right side of your mat. On your inhale, rotate your palms up and back, opening your chest. And on your exhale, wave your arms forward, bring the backs of your hands to touch, chin to chest. Twice more, arms wide, palms up and back. And then arms forward, backs of the hands to touch. On the breath, breathing in and breathing out. This inhale, arms overhead. And then return to your Warrior 2, arms wide, eyes forward. Ground through your feet, inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten both legs, reach your left arm up and back. And then take the next few breaths, arrive in triangle pose, Trikonasana. You're welcome to shorten your stance here. Try and reach long out over your front leg before you lower your hand. Just pausing here. Sometimes we think triangle as reaching down. Instead, just imagine expanding outwards. So from your chest out to your fingers, and from your waist through to the crown of your head. And then take your right arm overhead for a side body stretch. And then lower your hands to the floor, come to a lunge, pivot your right heel up and walk a quarter turn to your right for wide-legged fold. Facing the long edge of your mat, heels out, toes in. Strong straight legs, breathe in, lengthen your chest forward. And exhale, fold between your legs as much as feels comfortable. Prasarita Padottanasana. So try and shift your weight toward the front of your heels, perhaps a little bend in the knees there. Allow your head to become heavy, back of the neck soft. Breathing in a halfway lift and then pivot toward the front of your mat. We'll come to lizard lunge. Walk your left foot over into the left lane, hands into the right lane of your mat. Lower your right knee to the floor. Option to pause here on your fingertips or lower to your forearms. Left knee hugs toward your left upper arm. And press your right buttocks forward, engaging your glutes and your heart reaching forward. Preparing to move, tuck your right toes under and step up into Malasana Yogi Squat, top of your mat. Toes turn out, heels in, and hips can be a little bit more elevated if it bothers your knees. Bring your hands to prayer, wedging your elbows to your inner knees, lengthen your spine tall. Next exhale, forward fold. Turn your toes forward and fold between your legs. Inhale, rise tall to stand. Sweep your arms overhead. And lower your hands to prayer, center of your chest. Toe heel your feet in under your hips now. Just a moment to linger here, simply pausing. Chance to renew your attention to your breath. Second side, inhale, arms overhead, lift onto your toes and balance just once here. On your exhale, chair pose, land your heels, bend your knees. Stay here, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. And step your left foot back, warrior two. Rise slow with your in-breath. Settle in with a long stride on your exhale. And then keep your legs, turn your gaze toward the left side of your mat. And we'll flow. Inhale, rotate your palms up and back, open your chest. Exhale, arms forward, backs of the hands to touch, chin to chest. Twice more, breath to movement. Inhale, arms to the sky. Return to your warrior two, arms wide, eyes forward. Deeper lunge if you have the space. On your inhale, reverse triangle, straighten your legs, reach your right arm up and back. And then come to triangle pose, Trikonasana. Remember, you can shorten your stance here. Concentrate on pressing your feet down and expanding from your center through the reach of your arms and through your sideways to the crown of your head. And then top arm, left arm reaches overhead any amount. Side body reach. And then lower your hands to the floor. This time a side lunge to your left. Walk your hands around to your left foot, bend into your left knee, straighten your right leg. Keeping your chest open, buttocks back. Side lunge over to your right. And then turn and face the top of your space. Find your lizard lunge. Hands on the inside of your right foot. Lower your left knee to the floor. Just making contact with your breath. And then reframe your right foot with your hands. Lift your left knee, and this time you can step your left leg through your arms if that's available, or take a seat in your own comfortable way, and we'll move to the middle of the mat, bending your knees. Hold the backs of your thighs and transition into a boat pose, Navasana. Lifting your legs, lengthening your spine, and once you have your balance, reach your arms forward. And we'll move through a flow. Inhale here. On your exhale, lower your heels, scoop your belly in, C-curve your spine and come to a modified low boat. And then on your inhale, return to your high boat. You can hold the thighs. Exhale, low boat, moving with control. And then up to high boat, and just continue, alternate with your breath. And then on your exhale, lower all the way down onto your back. And bring your arms alongside your body, palms face down. And we'll set up for a breath-led bridge pose. Feet flat to the floor, about hips width apart, heels toward your buttocks. And on your inhale, raise just your arms overhead. And on your exhale, arms forward to the floor and lift your hips just for a pulse. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead, lower your buttocks. And exhale, bring your knees in toward your chest, give yourself a squeeze. Once more, and we'll hold in our bridge. Lower the feet to the floor, breathe your arms overhead. And arms forward to the floor, raise your hips and pause. So you might like to wrap your fingers around the side edges of your mat. Draw your shoulder blades in and down your back. So you can open through the front of your chest and you've got something to hold on to. And then gently release your hands and slowly lower down. And gather the knees in toward your chest. And we'll move into a final supine twist. Tee out your arms, or you might like to cactus your arms, left foot to the floor, cross your right leg over your left, or option to stack your knees for a gentler variation, and ease your knees over to your left. And turn your gaze out over your right shoulder. And then switching sides. Make your way back through center. Take a few moments, just place your feet wide to the side edges of your mat, let your knees knock into touch. Rest your hands onto your body. It's taking a few breaths here, quiet and still, except for the movement of your breath. And just notice how this stillness feels now compared to when you first arrived. Maybe your body feels a little different, perhaps your mind, or perhaps you've simply offered yourself 30 minutes to pause and practice. From here, transitioning into your final resting posture. Just a few moments of intentional rest, either laying back in Shavasana or sit quietly, just so your body can absorb the benefits of your movement and your effort. And just little by little, allow your body to relax and let go, rest into the support beneath you. And I'll be back to guide you back. And softly drifting your awareness back. Begin by deepening your next breath. And invite some gentle movement into your fingers, your toes, perhaps reaching your arms overhead. If you are lying back, bend your knees, take your feet to the floor, and roll softly out to your right side. Pausing there for a moment. And when you're ready, press your way back up to sit. And I hope you're leaving your mat feeling a little lighter, a little bit more spacious and restored. Thanks so much for joining me for this practice. Namaste.